So the other guy to watch this year, Aaron Peck, it looks like he jumped up in the standings. He's back, 8 hours. The pack there that pulled into Takotna 24 and Takotna, they were all basically, between 8, 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, even at night, last night. Aaron, it looks like he went through about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning this morning and went straight through Takotna on the way to over 13 dogs on the line, though. We can't overlook that. That's a strong team. Again, we're talking, what's the difference between 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock, 5 plus 4 hours or something, so 7 and 9 hours back maybe from those guys from the pack that 24 Takata Aaron is right now. But he has a very strong team, with the 13 dogs, and he made some really strong runs last year in the latter portion of the race out there on the Bering Sea coast. So him being back a little bit, he's got that strong team. He takes a 24 and over, which is what I'm thinking. Or if he actually goes to Iditarod, he's a contender this year. Aaron Peck, we can't overlook that. Those performances last year where he skyrocketed past, I don't know, half a dozen or a dozen teams and ended up right in the top 10 last year. He is a contender, and like I said, having a conservative strategy and having a big team like Dan Caduce, has done in the past is a good. It's a good way to run dogs. You want to run within your team's ability that first half of the race. You can lose the race, in the first half of the race. So even if Aaron Peck doesn't win, he could be top 5. He could be top 3 with his type of strategy, with his type of positioning. Because, again, the pattern of him last year being able to skip a checkpoint out there on the coast. We're talking, 7, 5, 6, 8 hours from the pack in Takotna in terms of him being back from them right where he's at right now when he goes through Takotna and takes his 24 and over. But that's one checkpoint. And if he's got, if he's moving 2 or 3 or maybe, miles per hour faster out there on the coast because he's got more dogs, because he rested more in the first part of the race and he was conservative, strategically, and he does skip a checkpoint, skip a rest, that these other guys are going to have to stop 4, 5, 6 hours or maybe even like 10 or 12 if they have a meltdown out there. We're talking about that pack, Millie, Matt Failure, Kaiser Deal, Hunter Keefe, all those guys. And you know what I mean? And Burmeister's team as well. And Jesse, and Brent. So, he could potentially, definitely be a threat to beat a whole lot of those teams